Welcome back, folks. You're with me in studio here, Sport Federation TV. Just before the break, we were talking about Western Cape Lifesaving. Western Cape Lifesaving team recently went to the Interprovincial Championships in the Eastern Cape, where a number of the athletes from clubs across the province, as far as Plettenberg Bay, competed in the Interprovincial Champs with all different divisions, the nippers, the juniors, the seniors. They competed with the surf skiing as well as the still water. And in studio with me to continue the conversation is Christina Mallion, women's team captain for Western Cape Lifesaving. Christina, just before the break, you were telling me about the results of the teams. You had so many different divisions. You had the nippers. We're going to talk about this great nippers result in a sec, but you had multiple departments: juniors, seniors, still water, and coastal. Let's go back to the results.
Yeah, so in the pool, as mentioned, there were about 67 different events, and we had some standout performances from a lot of our athletes. We also had some of the junior athletes up competing in the seniors division, they really managed to hold their own and get some great performances in. I think towards the end of the day, it was quite smart by the organizers to put all the relays at the end, because that just really energized everyone in the whole pool arena.
Is that sort of a highlight event where people are trying to see the relay?
Yeah, I'd say the relays are a big favorite of ours. It's where you start working together as a team. It's not just you in your own lane swimming as fast as you can. The relays are fairly technical, different pieces of equipment to use. Some people have fins, some people have a tube. You're also often carrying a 65-kilogram mannequin around.
Yes, we've had Aaron Manchester, in fact, brought the dummy to it's very heavy. So
they are proper. So the relays are great, because that's also where strategically you're able to kind of put your best combination in the pool together. And yeah, as mentioned, our Nipper boys set a blitz new national record in the 4x25 mannequin relay. So that was them carrying their mannequin around, passing it around like a baton. And yeah, they were really impressive. And we managed to get quite a lot of first places in those relays, which was a really energizing way to end the day. However, overnight, the leaderboard had Eastern Cape with over 150 points in the lead of us sitting in second place.
But that's a great performance, though. I mean, Western Cape just flying the flag.
Yeah, so we were very chuffed to be the second province there, especially as a province that historically has had a much stronger coastal showing, a surf showing. So it was all to play for going into day two. A lot of points were going to be on the board. Excitedly, when we woke up on day two, there was not a breath of wind in PE. We got down to the beach, the sun was rising up over the ocean, and there was a super pod of dolphins that got everyone just so excited.
One of the, I mean, on your side as well, you're the captain of the women's team, which is probably one of our few official provincial teams that are there. How are you seeing with women's development in lifesaving?
Yeah, so I mean, the women's side of lifesaving, historically, the numbers have often been a lot thinner when you compare it to the men's side. But we are seeing a much greater growth in terms of retaining women in the sport.
Well, it certainly looks like we're seeing the results where it's the women that are bringing back the medals. Yeah. Georgia Singer going international. We had one of our athletes winning at the Africa Championships. So
no, and I think we've really started seeing a lot more female athletes prioritizing lifesaving as their sport, and that's kind of where it becomes important. It's making the decision that lifesaving is no longer just my hobby, something I do for fun. Yeah. I want to keep growing in this amazing community, the lifesaving community, but I also want to take lifesaving sports seriously. So you've got a lot more athletes who are looking at training harder for it. There's crossover sports, like they're working in paddling and swimming, and they're running a track on the weekend. Because I mean, with lifesaving, you've got to really train all types of disciplines.
You're doing a little bit of everything.
Yeah, you've got to really sharpen up across the pitch. But yeah, I'd say the women's side has had a great growth. It's definitely started from an amazing growth that came through the Nippers division many years ago in a lot of our Western Cape clubs. We really saw a resurgence of, even numbers-wise, having more female members, more female nippers, juniors, and so now it's about retaining them and showing them that there's pathways to stay in Lifesaving for a much longer time.
So talking about the pathways and the development of Lifesaving, you always need supporters, you need sponsors and so on. You guys, as the provincial team, also had two primary sponsors. You can see it, your folks, on the back of the Lifesaving hoodie. Velocity Trade and, let me just get this right in front of the camera. Velocity Trade, am I doing this right?
Yeah.
There we go. Velocity Trade and PKF. Two of your primary sponsors. This is a unique scenario where the provincial team actually has a sponsor in line there. Just tell us about securing this sponsor or bringing these guys on board. They're obviously Lifesaving fans.
Yeah, so it was very exciting when we heard that Velocity and PKF wanted to come on board and sponsor the kit for all of our athletes. That really just, reduced the big financial burden that a lot of our athletes faced when prepping for this tour.
Yeah.
As mentioned at the start of the interview, this is us 7 months in to our season. We've already just done a tour up to Durban. Some have done an extra tour to a few other places. So finding the funds now for an extra tour, it gets quite tricky. So with them taking care of all the kit for us, and they also threw in a few extra items. We had these amazing bucket hats that were branded. Those are a big hit, and I think are going to be worn throughout the year. And yeah, having them, just supporting us and showing that they believe in the movement, like what the movement's doing. I think for them, they really enjoy the fact that as a Lifesaving athlete, it's not just about the sport. You are taking part in something for a purpose that's much bigger than yourself. Yeah. You're not just there for the medals and the awards. You are actually, part of a volunteer organization that's giving back in many ways.
All right. So yeah, big thanks then, of course, to Velocity Trade and PKF for backing our provincial Lifesaving team that went to the Nationals, and hopefully the additional TV exposure and the big words of gratitude lands at our sponsors so that they stay on board with you guys. Yeah. Finally, we've got about 60 seconds left. What's next for you guys? You guys got World Champs, I believe, coming up, but what's next for Lifesaving now?
So Lifesaving's going into its off-season, but off-season doesn't mean you sit back and relax. Typically, all of our clubs will be looking at doing a lot of education-based programs, whether it's retesting athletes for the new season, upskilling athletes with different courses, taking on medical level 3 or IRB courses.
That's a lot of work.
You really want to use this time now where you don't have to be on the beach every weekend to upskill. And then for some of our Western Cape athletes who were selected into the national team, they will be setting their sights on in 15 weeks' time going to Australia for the World Champs. We also have Clifton Surf Lifesaving Club sending a team for the interclubs. And I just think, as a federation, it's incredible that we're going to be having representatives from Western Cape hitting the shores of Australia, the Gold Coast, the mecca of Lifesaving, where it all began, to take on, the Aussies and over 5,000 lifeguards from all over the world. I think they're going to learn a lot. Competition is going to be tough, but there's a lot of events that we do think we're going to be able to have a good showing in.
Right. Christina, thanks for joining us. Congratulations on every front. Good luck to all of the athletes, and yeah, well done again.
Cool. Thank you.
Right, there we go, folks. Western Cape Lifesaving, flying the flag for Western Cape, really making us proud. And of course, don't forget, these are the athletes who look after us and keep us safe on the beaches and in the still water environment as well. So in addition to all of the competition, we tip our hats and say thanks to the lifesavers out there who always go the extra mile to look after the public. We'll see you after the break. Don't go away.